Hi there. I think there are three highly creative things that you can do with your newly created Six Senses group. This is because Mahara is very powerful software. Number one, you can make it your personal super study cell group. Number two, you could make it a resourcing centre for your congregational life. But there's a proviso with that one, and it's to do with file size. We'll have a separate video about that. And we'll also have a separate video about making it a friendship group or a professional development group or a spirituality group and so on. These are all very creative options that you can take. But it's that first one, your personal super study cell group, that I'm interested in. We've got lots of really good examples of professional development in Six Senses. And increasingly, over 2015, I am sure that many more will form. So let's assume you've created your group because you do want to use it as a sort of continuing study group. How do you supercharge it? Well, you've got an important thing to do first of all, and that is you have to think about the offline context, not the online context, but the offline context. What do I mean by that? Hi there, I'm logged in as Kimmy as usual, and what I want Kimmy to do now is to start working on her blog posts and then on the page in which she's displayed those blog posts. So let's go straight away to Kimmy's blogs. Remember, that's journals in Mahara. I much prefer the word journal to blog, abbreviation of weblog. I click on journals, and there were three of them, and she was working on Kimmy Suzuki's journal. Now, as soon as you see the entries, you'll be aware, and I did this obviously deliberately, that that's all in a heading font, and those are much smaller fonts. So if you're going to have an elegant looking blog, which I would think you all want, you need to get consistency between blog posts. Don't have it in one font in blog number one, a different font in number two, a different size in number three, because it will be a visual mess and it will be so hard for someone reading on screen to flow from one to the next paragraph. So I'll just highlight everything in there and get rid of heading 3 and turn it back to paragraph. I'd pulled out that phrase, any life situation before we came online, and I put it up the top because I'd like to actually make a heading there. And so I'm going to make that heading 1, which is a big heading compared to paragraph text, but I really want it to stand out. So the eye is caught by any life situation, and it leads very neatly into the sentence: in any life situation, work, family, etc. So I think that's an important thing, and I'm going to save it now. And now when I go back, I can see that there's a consistency going on. Same font, headings have some impact. There's one further or two further little tips you should know. I'm going to go back and edit. Just supposing we wanted Kimmy to have a sentence that will lead us to an external website. Now, it doesn't matter where she's taking you in there, but that's what she wants to do. So I've highlighted some text there, and to put the link in, all I've got to do is click in here, insert link. So in the toolbar running across the top, usual bold, italic, bullets, numbers, and the next one, really important, insert link. So if I click on that, it is asking me for a link to go to. Now I'm going to in fact go off to my Practical Theology channel, get that link and come back and paste it in here. So the address of that is now pasted in. And I'm going to make a target of a new window. If I don't put that in, it will take me off my page from Kimmy's journal and take me to the channel. I'll have to click the back button. I much prefer to have new windows as targets. So I just click OK. And now you can see that whenever anyone hovers over that text, they will be taken to the link. So that's an important thing. And finally, I would like to actually insert an image in here. So I'm going to go to the next one along, insert image. Now here, it's asking me, where's the attached image? And it's saying there are none. So I can't put an image up until I put a little file in that attaches to this post. So here's how to get the pizzazz. If I scroll down a bit and click Add File, I can now choose files from my computer. And so let me just find an appropriate one for this particular instance. And it will be, I think, here in banners. There we go. I'm going to put in this image, and it's now uploading. It's uploaded. The little green buttons come up, and so all I'm going to do now is save the entry. Now, when I'm now looking at the blogs, I can see that in blog number 3, I've got an active link. If I click it, lo and behold, it's gone off to the YouTube channel. And you may say, where's the picture gone? There's no pizzazz if you haven't got a picture. Well, absolutely right, but I do have now an attached file sitting there. And so I'll go back to the edit button, and I'm going to put this picture at the top, I think. This is where you get your creative juices flowing. I'm going to now go back to the edit image, and it's saying, where's the attached image? And now I've now got an attached image. I just click in there. It's a very good idea to give this a description. You say, why? That just adds to my work. If you've got someone that's got a visual impairment, for example, you could have a totally blind person reading your blog spot, and their screen reader will take the text and output it as audio to them. And so when they come to an image, if you've got a very brief description of the image, icon of channel is my description, and I just click OK, and bingo, it's now sitting in the blog spot itself. So I save the entry, and now you've started to see how to bring your blogs to life. But even more importantly, let's go to Kimmy's page where she's displaying all these blogs, or could display all these blogs. So I will click on Kimmy Portfolio, and I'm going to go pages that are shared by me, because My Take on the World by Kimmy is shared to the general public. And there it is. You can see your blog entries are coming up. They've got a real heading, and there's a consistency about the page. Remember, when we set the blog up, we said that the journal would display 5 entries. So when it gets to 5 entries, it'll be full. And when Kimmy posts a 6th entry, entry number 1 will disappear off. And if you want to see earlier entries, just click back on any blog and it takes you back to Kimmy's journal. So My Take on the World, let's come back and have a look at that. There's one final point to this video, and it's sitting over here. I don't find that an attractive page, Kimmy. I like the headings and the consistency of the fonts and the font sizes, but over here you've uploaded an image that doesn't look right. What a crazy color combo. It certainly wouldn't be my favorite color combo. Color is very individual, I know that, but when you're trying to design something that's elegant, your color needs to really work together. Now, in a real sense, the customer is always right. So if someone was coming in and they looked at it and they may be so interested in the visual text over on the left that they ignore the strange photo or image in the smaller right-hand column, the sidebar column. But you can see why it would be a visual distraction on the page. You're aiming for elegance on the page. And if you look at this particular image, you can see that all the colors work together. Well, I spent a long time trying to get that particular color combination correct. So there we go. Let's say there are many more things that you can do, but Kimmy's blog's starting to come to life. She's got a link now that takes us to the YouTube video, whatever link she wants to take us to. She's got some real images starting to work, and those images are found in the journal entry. And she's got a page on which she's able to do all sorts of things. So if you click edit page, remember she can now start to bring in other aspects. Well, I'm not going to deal with any more. My point is this: be creative by all means, but make sure you step back and look at the whole page design so you can at least achieve a measure of consistency. And once you've got consistency, you'll start to have a more elegant look. Thank you very much for watching.